Well, our overall message would be to get here in time, get here early, utilise public transport where at all possible, be sensible as regards consumption of alcohol. We're not advocating complete abstention, but be sensible. And if you are coming in, there's a group of people coming, stick together, look after each other, look after your property, make sure you secure it. Don't leave it lying around or on the ground.
Rave reviews for this tour. It's the opening of the European leg, very exciting. And the important thing is it's in the month of May. Wear sensible shoes, leave plenty of time to get to and from the venue. Please respect the locals and keep away from the River Boyne.
Good morning, everybody. You're welcome to Slane for 2017. I'm not going to go through the traffic management in any great detail because you have the booklet there. You can all see where we're coming from and what's happening. As well as that, it's also going to be on the Garda website, and we'll have regular updates on Twitter and Facebook. So there should be no difficulties as regards traffic. However, just to simplify it, when I'm on traffic, we'll just stick with it and we'll just say, just to simplify parking, which has been an issue with people parking cars in various numbered car parks over the years, and coming back there, forget what number they were in or where the car park was. We have decided to colour code the car parks this year. So essentially we have 4 parking areas, which will be red car park, blue, green and pink. And essentially we would be asking people, while we are saying we have these car parks and that, I would be encouraging people to utilise public transport insofar as possible, particularly coming from Dublin, where you have Dublin Bus, who provide an excellent service. Marathon assist them. There are also other private coaches as well. And there is a fantastic service onto the N2 and a drop-off point, which gets you to the event. It's the quickest mode of getting to Slane, getting to and from. So we'd encourage people to utilise that service if at all possible. Indeed, utilise private buses from all over the country. We have a number coming in, and we have parking and coaching facilities for coaches on the Navan Road as well, and also on the Collin Road. So we would be asking people not to use your private car if at all possible. Please use public transport. It reduces your time spent here in Slane. Your day will be more enjoyable, no doubt about that, because you won't have to worry about driving home and the consequences should you do anything that you mightn't normally do. So it would be advisable for people, use public transport where you can at all. If you're not and you have to use your car, or you're a person who does, then there are parking facilities. And as I say, if you're coming from Dublin, we'd encourage you to drive on the M1, getting off at Junction 10, and you'll be diverted into a car park just north of Slane on the N51. It's not that far to walk, but it's a bit out of town. As again, I go back to the buses, you're much closer by using Dublin Bus. Similar facilities will be available on the Navan Road, where we'll also have VIP car parking and disabled car parking, just adjacent to the castle. But again, I'd be encouraging people to utilise public transport where possible. In that regard, we'll have Bus Éireann from providing a service from Navan and also from Drogheda. That'll be a shuttle service throughout the day, so there's ample opportunity to utilise public transport for everybody. There'll be drop-off point in relation to Navan on the Roadstone bus terminal, where you will be taken off the road, and this has been a problem for us over the years, where people after the concert go back onto the roadway, sometimes slightly intoxicated, which is extremely dangerous. That won't be happening this time. The road will be blocked to pedestrians. You will have to avail of transport, either public or otherwise. And that will be readily available in the various parking zones. That basically is the traffic stuff. I'll take any questions afterwards. In regards to security, if you are bringing your cars and that, obviously the usual applies. Don't leave anything exposed, lock it, ensure everything is safe and secure before you depart from it. We don't want to be hearing about it afterwards. We also have the issue of the river out here, which is sometimes, in the past, many years back, we've had tragedies on that river. So we have put in place a fairly robust policing plan in relation to the river. And it's mostly impossible to get near it, but I'm sure somebody, more often than not, generally tries to do that. It's not a good idea because it results in you not getting to the venue at all. You won't get to the river and you won't get to the venue, so it's best not to do that. And again, as I say, it's something we discourage. Please stay away from that. We will have a considerable amount of Gardaí on duty, as we will have security people, and I will ask for people to comply with the request that you get. It makes for a better day for everybody if you just go as directed and do as directed. Getting here in time is important as well, because we've had situations where people leave it till the last minute, all trying to get in here at 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening, and obviously that brings its problems. We don't have the greatest network of roads in Ireland. It's a little village here, so we would be asking people, you come into Slane, come early, have a good day and enjoy. There's going to be over 83,000 people here, full house, so it's important that you get here in good time. Any questions? I'll take them at the end.
Thanks very much. I'll just go through the main concert details of the concert itself. So the gates open at 2 p.m. and there's music from 3 p.m. right to the finish. So on the day we've got Otherkin, which are a local band, Mark Lanigan, Royal Blood and Guns N' Roses. So the tour, it's the start of the second leg of a world tour that they've been on, and they're playing 20 to 25 songs a night, so it's a long set. So we'd be saying to people to get here early. It's not wait until 9 o'clock and then go on and play an hour and a half. These guys are playing a full rock and roll set, which, reading the reviews around the world, is a fabulous set and should be a great night's entertainment. To make sure you survive the night and get that far, we'd ask everybody to remember that it is a field, so to dress accordingly. It is an Irish summer. The weather, long-term forecast, whether you can believe it or not, is sunny with a bit of showers, which means you need to dress for the rain and the sun. And I would say your shoes are the most important thing. It's a natural amphitheatre, which is why the gigs here are so great and people like coming to it. There's a great atmosphere, but it is a hill. So again, your footwear for anybody coming, there'll be a kilometre to a 2 kilometre walk regardless of which direction you come from. It's always a walk in Slane. It's like a pilgrimage for a lot of people. So we would say to dress accordingly, not to bring too much stuff in your rucksack, because there's lots of things that aren't allowed in and the prohibited list is here. Most of it is for public safety and various other things, like don't bring cameras, iPads, GoPros. They'll be taken off you or they won't be let in. We won't keep them and you would, chances are, lose them. You're here to enjoy the gig. And one of the other requests from the band is no placards and banners held up so that the band can see them or read them, because it gets in the way of the others. These will all be taken off you. Some of this seems inconsequential on the small scale, but when you have 80,000 people and somebody's standing up in front of you with a placard, the person behind you can't see and the person behind that can't see, and it takes from the day. The other thing to say is that there's full facilities inside for food, drink, water, toilets and everything else, and there is some ATMs, but they're limited. When you have 83,000 people in a venue, you need to bring sufficient amount of money, but again, keep it in a place where you can keep it and look after it. And there are facilities so that there are queues. The Super has gone through all the travel details, so again, leave plenty of time to get here. Make it for the day. It's a day out. The concert is on. There's entertainment for the full day. We have stewards and people to give you directions, and we're trying to make it as simple as possible for you throughout the day. One is remember which route you came in on when you do decide to come here and plan in advance. Remember the colour code, because everything will be about the colours to get you back. If you're travelling as a group but not together, make sure that you're coming from the same side of town. The town closes at 7 in the morning and you can't cross the town. So if you're coming in on the pink route and you've got 4 tickets and your 2 mates are coming from Navan, they're on the red route, they can't meet outside the venue. So it's important that if you're coming from different directions that you meet up or arrange to get there before you get here, because it's a 6-mile walk around the perimeter if it has to be done. People have done it and people do it that way. So just to again be prepared. There's a new app which is on the bottom of this, eventsapp.ie, which is all the details of the event, and will also guide you back to your car parks, so that it has a GPS tracking system on it, so that if you tag what car park you're in, it'll tell you how to get back to it or what bus park you're in. So again, on this brochure, it's evntzApp.ie, and it's available for download today on both platforms. Equally, www.mcd.ie, garda.ie, gunsandroses.com, and ticketmaster.ie if you have any further questions or queries. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Eamon. I suppose the emphasis is to get here early. and use public transport. We're encouraging people to be on site by 5 p.m. So as Eamon said, the gates do open at 2 o'clock, but we would encourage people to be here on site by 5 p.m. In addition to that, there will be traffic delays. Okay, when you have that number of people, there will be traffic delays leaving and coming to the event. So what we're asked people to do is to plan and give yourself lots of extra additional time. Our recommendation is that in addition to the travel time that you would expect to get here, that you add a further 2 hours onto that. Okay, so there will be traffic delays. You know, add an extra 2 hours on for your travel time and ensure you get here early and aim to be on site by 5 p.m. All right, I'll pass over to Lord Henry Mount Charles.
Gosh, funny enough, I thought I'd start off. This is a cartoon that appeared in the Daily Star on the 12th of April 1992, which has been usefully coloured up by my wife. And there you have Axel and Slash looking rather horrified at a completely disintegrating castle, saying, "Sound check seems okay, Mr. Mount Charles." And that was literally straight after the fire in 1991. And it was, in a sense, the rebirth of Slane. This castle was rebuilt on rock and roll. So to be here 25 years later, still able to do this stuff, is a real thrill for us as a family. Justin kicked off his experience with Slane 25 years ago, and Mick Devine has been involved in these for over a decade. So this is an extended family affair. And I'll never forget the first show, and I'm sure as hell not going to forget the second. The first show had its own idiosyncrasies. I'm sure this will too. The reviews of Guns N' Roses tour have been absolutely amazing. Axel is back at the top of his game. This is exciting stuff. Exciting as it may be, I do ask all the people who are coming here, please respect the local community, the village of Slane. This is a major event, major public event. It obviously does discommode people, so respect is a good word to keep in mind. And I always emphasize how dangerous that beautiful river that flows down below the castle is. The Boyne is known as a hungry river. Please keep away from it. And several people have made reference to getting here early. Well, I have a particular wish to see people here early because Otherkin that are opening the show are a great band, but most particularly the singer comes from Bow Park, which is where my hat is. I lay my hat where my home is, and or my home where my hat is, or my castle where my head is. Anyway, get here, and I heard them the other night in Dublin when we launched our whiskey. And this is a new era for Slane. May is going to be an amazing month for us. This castle is back in good nick. We're about to reopen a wonderful restaurant right beneath us, and then we have the distillery in August. So we are happy people after a long and winding road, and Guns N' Roses are back. Holy Struth, I don't know that I have anything else to say, frankly.